So, I don't usually talk about rumors in the Marvel movies, or movies in general. This is why I haven't really talked much about the Suicide Squad stuff, or things like that, and yeah. But this rumor kind of just, really got me interested, and I just thought, oh man, I might want to talk about this. I think this might be interesting to talk about. Now again, let me state again that this is just a rumor, and for all I know, it could easily be false. I mean, there was a lot of other rumors that came out during Age of Ultron that proved to be false, and this could be one of them. But I thought, you know what, this could be interesting to talk about, and might be interesting to see. But but at the same time, I would be okay if it wasn't in there. So the rumor is that a new Hulk is going to might show up in Captain America: Civil War. Obviously, this is probably going to... Captain America: Civil War looks like it's shaping up to be, like, the biggest movie Marvel's trying to do. Like, they haven't done this since Avengers. And yeah, you could say Age of Ultron was pretty big, but I feel like the more information we learn about Civil War, the more we learn, the more it feels like it's going to be an even bigger thing than Age of Ultron was. And Age of Ultron was a pretty big thing. But at the same time, you see all these characters, like we're going to see the new Avengers lineup. Ant-Man's going to be in here. Martin Freeman has been cast as an unknown character, and also another person is returning. William Hurt is returning as General Ross, and this is where some of the rumor comes in, is that apparently there is a possibility that the Red Hulk might show up in Captain America: Civil War. Now, on one side, I'm like, that's cool, but at the same time, I'm like, why do you need it? I mean, this is one of the few times where I could go either way on this. There are some times where I'm just like, why do we need this? And there are other times like, I'm cool with this. This is the time where I could be like, we could go either way. First off, I think that, again, keep in mind, like I said before, this is just a rumor, but at the same time, I feel like, this could be interesting. At the same time, do we really need the Red Hulk? Now, I personally have been wanting She-Hulk in the new, in the MCU, but if it's going to be another Red Hulk, I figured it might as well be Jen Walters. But on the other side, I feel like it would be an interesting option to bring in the Red Hulk, because one, I mean, obviously you have William Hurt back, but that doesn't necessarily mean let's make him the Red Hulk. He's back, obviously. General Ross did play he did play a part in Civil War, but he did, as I recall, and keep in mind, I didn't care much for the Civil War comic to begin with. I hated that. I didn't care much for that event. But at the same time, he did play a part in it. He didn't play a major part, as I recall. I could be wrong. But he did play a part in it. Not as the Red Hulk. The Red Hulk didn't show up until way after Civil War. And again, you could be saying, well, if he didn't show up, why have it in here? Well, MCU's been doing a lot of stuff. The Marvel Comics universe is a lot different from the comics universe, but then again, these days, you can't tell anymore. But I digress. So, on the one hand, I think it could... let me say this. Let me play devil's advocate by saying it could work. You could honestly bring in General Ross and make him the Red Hulk and do it right. And let me explain why. I think it could work on the grounds of the idea of people wanting the power of the Hulk, and the whole thing with Ross in the Incredible Hulk movie was that he wanted that power. He wanted to use that power for himself, and it would make a lot of sense if he did go with that power. If he decided to, if he tried to, you do the same thing he did to himself. Maybe even have like Stark, or hell, he went to AIM or Hydra to help try to get gamma radiation and try to, do the same thing Banner did to make himself into the Hulk, and boom, he turns into the Red, and we have the Red Hulk. And obviously with also Banner missing, and it doesn't look like he's going to be showing up in this film, there could be a good possibility that, we have Hurt in here and he becomes the Red Hulk, and Stark has a Hulk on his side. Yeah, Stark has a Hulk on his side of the Civil War kind of thing. So I think that would be a good way to go if you're going to do it. And it does, again, it makes a lot of sense because what William Hurt's character of Ross was trying to do throughout the Incredible Hulk film. So it seems like a logical option to go with. On the other hand, it's like, do we need him? I mean, we got enough. We've got enough characters in this movie already. I mean, I didn't realize until like 2 weeks ago that, you know, Paul Rudd was going to be Ant-Man in the film. And I was like, huh. And, you know, we've already got Crossbones, we've got Baron Zemo, we've got the entire new Avengers roster. We've got so many other characters showing up, and a few more characters apparently announced, that I'm like, man, we are going to pack this full. But at the same time, you know, every time you say, you know, I said this in, I kind of thought this too, and I'm not the only one, when Age of Ultron was getting all these news, like, oh, we're going to have this character, and this character, this character, and I was kind of afraid, I was kind of fearful of it being too big. But at the same time, it worked. It worked. I mean, it was a little long, but who cares? It was actually, you know, Age of Ultron managed to space that out pretty good. And I have a lot of faith, because it's the same people who did Winter Soldier. And Winter Soldier was a pretty fucking good movie. So, I can, if they're going to do it, I'd say okay, but do we really need the Red Hulk? Do we really need that storyline as well? At the same time, I could take it, because again, you know, it seems like a logical option to go with. But at the same time, I'm like, would it be a major loss if he wasn't in here, if we didn't have the Red Hulk? Because I would be completely fine with William Hurt just being, you know, General Ross in the film. I don't really, you know, Red Hulk is a character I have a love-hate with. Obviously, with the, you know, when he first showed up, no one, well, a few people cared, but I wasn't one of those people who's like, oh, the Red Hulk, he's so badass, he's the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe, he punched the Watcher, and he picked up Thor's hammer. Man, I just did not care. But then, when, what was his name, Jeff Parker, yeah, Jeff Parker took over for the Red Hulk run, he really made Ross an interesting character, and he really did some cool stuff, so did Greg Pak. So, I do like some of the other stuff. I mean, when he first showed up, no, I didn't care. But when he, you know, when someone else got a hold of him, when a few other writers got a hold of him, I was like, okay, you know, you're actually playing with the idea that Ross, you know, has become the monster he hates, and now he has to deal with that. So, yeah, I think if you're going to have, would it be cool to see Ross become the Rulk in here? Yeah, Red Hulk, Rulk, whatever. If he becomes the Red Hulk, yeah, it would be cool. But is it necessary? Do we absolutely need Red Hulk in Civil War? Yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm on the fence, I'm just, like, indifferent on it. I mean, would it be cool? Yeah. Do we need it? I don't urgently need the Red Hulk in this film. I mean, yeah, it would be cool to find, like, later on down the road when, you know, Hulk, you know, when Hulk comes back, I would love to see, you know, two Hulks kind of just duke it out. That would be awesome. But, yeah, I mean, obviously you're going, you know, they're going to be, you know, obviously during Civil War, Stark did some really mean you know, did some really underhanded things, obviously with the creation of Ragnarok, you know, the Thor clone, and this might actually, if they do decide to make Ross Red Hulk in this movie, that could actually, because it doesn't look like we might get Ragnarok, the Ragnarok clone from Civil War, so instead of Ragnarok, we get Red Hulk. I think that would be an interesting replacement right there for, you know, the pro-registration side. Anyway, so, again, I don't really normally talk about rumors, but this one kind of got my mind going, so I really want to know, guys, what do you guys think of the idea of Red Hulk showing up in Captain America Civil War, and what do you think his place would be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What do you guys think what it would be like? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? Just comment below, let me know what you guys thought, and once again, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and just keep in mind that this was just a rumor that came out, and I was like, okay, I'll... it just premiered today, and it's only been on a few sites, and I was just thinking to myself, it might be something fun to talk about, but yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.